reason to quit. Let's give it to him.
It's finals day here at the 2026 Canadian Ultimate Championships Masters in beautiful Brampton, Ontario, the Flower City. Excited to bring you the action between NSOM from Montreal, Quebec, and Still from Ottawa, Ontario. Theo Wan, Wilson Pan bring you the action. Before we start, we'd like to acknowledge the city of Brampton is located on the traditional territories of the Mississaugas of the Credit, Haudenosaunee, and Wendat nations. NSOM going left to right on your screen, starting out on offense, going up against Still in the dark jerseys. Alex Grignon getting his first touch, a key cutter for this NSOM side. Finding Danny Cote, their leading scorer from last season, 15 points. And Bonneau now, Steve Bonneau, their star handler. There's going to have to wait as there's a pick. Wilson, we're jumping right into the action. But what are you looking forward to here?
Well, from the previous games, we know number 22 on NSOM, Bonneau, is their main handler, is their main person for Still to come out on top. You have to be able to deal with Bonneau.
Yeah, he's got experience in the French scene as well, has Bonneau. And he's being covered by a very strong handler cover, Matt Kishi. Kishi playing for the Team Canada Mixed Masters team back in 2024 at Worlds. Bonneau throwing this backhand out, and it's Grignon on the receiving end. NSOM getting things started with a clean hold.
Like I said to you, Theo, before the stream even started, I told you, Bonneau to Grignon, connection to watch out for. Grignon always lurking in the deep space, ready to pounce on any disc thrown up by Bonneau. Bonneau usually so on point with the execution, able to punch it in. Their first hold of the game opens up the scoring, 1-0 for NSOM leads.
And Still, they roll, we heard from them, they roll with just 2 lines here, Wilson. So they're coming off a stint at Worlds. They're now here with a little bit of a different roster. They mentioned even the fact that their offensive line from Worlds not here. So that affects things a lot.
For sure. And both teams, I believe, have a shortened roster because of the Worlds.
NSOM having a Grand Masters team over there, yep.
For sure, for sure. But both teams have now made it to the finals. They've still had considerable amount of depth to their teams. Here we have Still receiving the pull, ready to get us started with their offensive prowess.
Thomas Black, who was at Worlds, going to center the disc to Aaron Loach. Loach has Brian Yu going deep. He's going to uncork a huge throw. Looking for Brian Yu, and Yu goes up with the right hand. 2 throws and still gets the hold.
Little head tap, drops the disc, cool, calm, collected in the end zone. Brian Yu, BU as we call him, prominent figure in the Toronto mix scene for Toronto Union. But here he has opened up the scoring for Still in this open division final.
Yeah, you talked about him being a fixture in the mix seed. As someone who's played more open there, Wilson, what's the adjustment like? You're going to have to, if you play different divisions, I mean, you might play in league, for example, but it is a bit of an adjustment to switch.
For sure. Playing mixed, you got to be able to understand different ways that people get open. For an open division, you might have to have a little bit more daylight between your cutter and their defender to throw them open. But with females receivers, can be a little closer, but they got it. So regardless, BU in this open division, dominating all the way to the top. Here in the final game of this weekend, we're ready for point number 3. still pulls to NSOM.
Big grab there. And now it's Toby Gauthier-Baudouin. A big throw going on from Bonneau, looking for who else but Grignon, but it's, I thought it was Benvenuti who made the grab. This looks like there's going to be a strip call on Alex Grignon. So some discussion between the close observer there, Sandra Hansen, Grignon, and Benvenuti. See what the call is going to be here. It looks like it's going to be Still's disc. Do you agree with that call, Wilson?
I mean, I saw Grignon snatch down the disc, but maybe just because maybe I didn't have the best vantage point. Maybe the defense got it first. And
It did look like Benvenuti had a touch on it. Here's John Perrins getting his first look with the disc. He's going to put a flick out looking for Pierce Muntz.
Might be a little wide.
And just too far for number 24 there. So Barron's coming into this game with 10 goals, 6 assists. Cannot add one to his tally there, for at least for right now. Danny Cote now, we talked about leading scorer with 15 points last year. He has 24 goals coming to this one. Finding Gauthier-Baudouin.
Seems like still to me it was a very Huck-happy team.
And you might see that more throughout this game.
For sure.
Gauthier-Baudouin now with the ball. Kishi once again on Bonneau. They've keyed in on that matchup. Kishi probably their strongest handler defender. Jean-Philippe Riopel will throw the disc over.
Another pick called down the field.
Called. That was Mathieu Giard Montpetit, who was going to catch the disc, but now it's sent back.
Bonneau and Berens catching hands there. Acknowledging each other.
Alex McCardle on the mark. Gives up the easy around. That's Giard Montpetit now. Pignard getting involved. Gauthier-Baudouin, TGB, we're going to call him. Toby now with the disc a few yards away on the backhand side, guarded by Dwayne Neal. Spinning around, looking for a reset. Go with a little scooper to Grignon. Can he get the toes in? He does just that. And NSOM gets the hold.
What a redemption. Grignon had a goal taken away from him, but now he says, I'm back in it. I'm here to score, and I'm here to do just that. Ready to see Still come out with another 0 point. Very Huck-happy team, like I said. They have some great receivers. BU's back on them. Remy Ojo, GOAT, royalty right there.
Yeah, and that's a good point that you made, because some of these players have played GOAT. They have Gord Harrison as well as a longtime D-line handler for GOAT. NSOM, Simon Charette, one of the captains, we spoke to him before the game. He's someone who's played for Mephisto. He's played semi-professionally as well, so he brings some experience. Steve Bonneau also playing semi-professionally, so both of these teams have experience.
The pedigree is there, the experience, they have it. Now it's time to execute. 2-1 up, goes NSOM. Let's see Still's reply right here.
Now, which team is going to blink first is usually the question in a finals environment, right, Wilson? Is which team is going to
crumble under pressure?
Exactly.
Might I say?
I totally hear you. NSOM going with a more traditional O-line, D-line setup. For Still, it's more pods. So they have I want to make sure I get this right. Ramrod and monorail. They have 2 tents, blue and red. They're doing some challenges within those tents. You can probably see that on the stream there.
I see it, yeah. BU goes deep yet again.
It's Loach looking for him, and nobody can stop Brian Yu right now.
Back-to-back Hucks to BU on the O-line. How many throws have they thrown in this game so far? Maybe
I think it's 3 or 4.
3 or 4 on offense, right?
On offense.
2 for 2 Hucks. 2 points. We are here locked at 2. NSOM versus Still here in the open final.
What's interesting is that Brian Yu is leading the team in assists, but you wouldn't know that because he's being a lethal goal scorer right now.
Maybe that is his deception throughout the tournament, he's been laying the traps. I'm an assist guy. I'll be behind the disc. Nah. Handler strike. What are you going to do?
And that's a good point you brought up. These two teams met previously already, still winning 15-7. We talked to Still before the game. They said, hey, first game jitters, like, it was not really the same NSOM team they're going to face now.
For sure. For sure. And talking to NSOM, they knew. They played against these guys for a long time, and they're saying, our D-line's going to get out there. They're going to play some quick defense to get ahead on these Still players, right? The offensive line's not going to be ready to play D on us. That's how they're going to get breaks.
And that's usually how a D-line offense can be successful is the fast break, right? The offense is hanging their heads. They're a little bit sad. But no, big around.
Gauthier Baudouin.
Yeah, that's your favorite target right now, Gauthier Baudouin. I know
sure.
Grignon is hovering to the deep space as well. Kishi once again drawing that Beno matchup.
That'd be a matchup to watch for sure.
Riopel. Scuba reset to Gauthier Baudouin. Now in the hands of Giard Montpetit.
Injury call.
And that is not good, Wilson, if he is not able to play multiple points.
That will be detrimental to the NSOM offense. Yes, that will surely change the course of this game. I was just about to say, it is a key matchup to watch up between Kishi and Bono. Kishi, I played against him this past 2 weekends ago at regionals. He was playing for Moby. Hard guy to guard, I'll tell you that.
He's a hard guy to guard, and he's a good handler cover as well. Danny Cote now, marked by Neil. This is a high stall. Gauthier Baudouin, the safety valve.
Jean Montpetit blew a tire there a little bit, but able to maintain. The disc is NSOM.
Pignard finding Cote. Now it's Giard Montpetit. Back to Cote here. As they look to get their offense humming. It's been a tale of two different offensive lines, Wilson. We've had one that's been very Huck happy. The other, NSOM, content to work it down the field.
For sure. The only deep shot is to Grignon. We'll see if he acts up again.
Yeah, he's marked by Ken Dunbar right now, and it's Laurent Fay who took the spot of Beno. Giard Montpetit now needs a reset, finds one, and Gauthier Baudouin. Giard Montpetit, MGM we're going to call him. MGM now. Needs something. Trying to get free, and he was Riopel, and Riopel finds Gauthier Baudouin. A great effort from John Behrens, but it comes up empty. NSOM gets the hold.
NSOM gets the hold. What a contrast style of offense. Wouldn't you say, Theo? One is a very hog-happy team. 3-4 throws. The other one, 40, maybe 50 throws already in this game.
Yeah, if we're counting throws, I think you're right, 50-4 right now.
Yeah.
It's a very stark contrast. You're absolutely right.
But that is the contest we have. Which one falters first?
Here's a question I got for you as we look towards the NSOM defensive line. This is their third chance now going up against a Still O-line. What do you want them to change?
I mean, I have Brian Yu marked on my calendar right now. We have Brian Yu, on my radar. I know where he's going to go. I am guarding that deep space with my life. I don't care if he gets a 50-yard gainer. I do not want him scoring right now. That's what I'm doing.
You're going to have maybe like a football safety over the top. That's what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying. Everyone drop coverage.
Loach is out there. Their big-time handler playing for Furious. Blackfish was even told that he spent 1 year. He's from Toronto, so he played for Grand Trunk back in the day. 2008, Wilson. How old were you back then?
I was 8 years old.
There you go. So.
Well, here you have Loach on the disc.
And Loach conveniently wearing the number 8 shorts right now. He goes around, and so they're going with a little under to start things over, and that's a long-time GOAT D-line handler, Gord Harrison now. He's played Team Canada as well, has number 43, and he'll reset it to Bryce Ring. Ring, one of the captains of this Still squad. BU getting a touch underneath instead. And he fires a flick over to Gord Harrison. That's a hold.
There you go. You talked about BU being the leading assist. Maybe I see it now. I see it materializing. But they had more throws on that point than the entire game combined just before.
That is true.
You know, but that just shows you they can play both ways, right? Maybe now the question is, NSOM, were you able to put up the deep game? Because they haven't seen anything. So we'll see.
And let's take a look at the NSOM offensive line. There is no Bono on the field right now. So I know right now on camera, I know you can see the still defensive line. But we're letting you know, the audience, that
on the opposite side,
NSOM offensive line does not have Bono, and that's really going to make things tricky.
That's what it's going to take, right? You got to be able to go to secondary, tertiary options in these games. You're not going to be able to run your offense the way you want to. We can see Bono behind the screen, off to the side. Bono's getting treated.
Getting treated. So we're going to keep you updated on his status throughout this game.
For sure. Hopefully we have some good news. Nothing major. We'd love to see him back on the field. But here we have Pignard collecting the pole.
MGM now with the disc. Finding Cote. They did start in a side stack. Gauthier Baudouin, very poached there by Dwayne Neal. Gauthier Baudouin now over to MGM. Grignon drawing two defenders. Means someone's free. And that's going to be Chinyara, Jeremy Chinyara now.
The poach was created because Grignon was striking deep. Someone had to let off the safety.
TGB now. Needs something because the stall count rising to 7 around to Cote. You can see Cutter's handlers a little bit disconnected. There's not a lot happening in the deep space right now.
I believe Bono would have been the connecting piece between the handlers and the Cutters here, but fortunately he's off, getting treated.
TGB now. Up the line to MGM. He has Grignon. That's that back shoulder flick. And Grignon have a game so far. 3 goals already.
3 of the 4 goals scored by Grignon. Shows you that even though my favorite handler, supplier isn't there, I'm still going to be here collecting these goals. But no, now jogging back onto the field.
Kind of gingerly, though, I will say.
We'll see if he's cleared to be playing again. But again, the usual suspect for still BU. My alumni on GT, Loach, Remy Ojo.
now you can say that, yes.
Yeah, now I know. But no, definitely taking his time walking off the field, and we'll see if he comes back. Aside from Quebec, Captain Amel, number 88, a towering figure on this D-line. We'll see what he can do to inspire his team.
He's one of the returners for this NSOM side as well from last season. They were trying to make that big Worlds push. Unfortunately, they came 5th last year. We're 2nd in 2024.
Fall just short to Orb, I believe, to qualify for Worlds.
Well, they got their revenge certainly
just now
today,
on this
because
field.
they lost yesterday on Universe. We talked about that with them before the game, but hard to beat the same team twice, and that throw too far for BU. And so now this is a chance for Laurent Fay and this NSOM D-line. Charette is out there. Michael Morris is a big target as well. Let's see where they look for some offense.
First break opportunity for NSOM. Let's see if they're able to convert.
Yes, this is the first turnover, like you mentioned, of the offensive line. Charette buzzing all over the place. You know he's going to be a key cog. Pat Pham now, keeping the toes in. He also previously played for Grand Trunk from Toronto back in the day. So a couple GT connections out here.
There we go. We'd love to see it. There's a call, though. Believe it's a pick.
They talked about before the game they want to have quick strike D-line offense. We'll see if that holds true right now.
Hamill is on the far side. I think is the prime position to cut deep should the open side clear up. Pham in the space, too. Yep.
You could even throw that kind of flick that we saw earlier. Fay now.
I know Bono will let that, though.
Looking for options, goes with a big around to Morris.
Great shimmy to get off to the break side.
Morris faking the hammer. He's going to go with the around backhand. And that's a break for NSOM. Jacques Barbe catches that one.
Morris really put that ahead of his cutter to open up that break space for the first break of the game. First blood, NSOM, 5-3. While we're here, we'd like to give some love to our Team Orange, our observers. Thank you to our Team Orange, upholding rule of the law, spirit of the game, ensuring all our games happen on time. Our games, the calls resolved smoothly in a spirited fashion. But we have 5-3 NSOM. Do I sense a break train coming?
That's what the fans of the nothing sexier than old Montrealers wants to see. So that, if you didn't know, that's what NSOM stood for. That's what it does. So
nothing sexier than an all Montreal.
And they have a long-standing system. I've played against them for many years. They have a GM, like we mentioned. They played at Worlds as well. So this is a very strong system in Montreal, or Montreal for the Francophones in the audience.
Wait.
Kishi now, center handler. Dwayne Neal, far side. Reset, back to Kishi.
I'm loving this pressure on by NSOM. Everyone's kind of tight. Everyone's putting on the pressure on this still offense.
Kishi power position again. You know he's got the big flick. And he's going to look for Barons. Barons stopped. And he's going to try to lay out for the goal, but can't get there.
Had he not stopped, maybe he would have been able to snatch it in.
Injury called. Simone Charette coming off the field. And looks like Pierce Muntz also taking one. It's actually going to be John Barons going off the field. Dan Benvenuti coming in, and then Danny Cote coming in for NSOM.
Thank you for your streaming. Thank you for tuning in to our stream on Ultimate Canada. We got 2 more games for you, both finals. After this open final, we have the women's between Twerp and Vintage. Twerp besting Spice in the semis. Vintage besting Cora up 14-11 in the other semis. They will be happening after this game, and then the mix after that.
2 undefeated teams going at it. NSOM, we mentioned, has already taken multiple defeats. They lost to Still and Orb, got it back here in the semi, and certainly hoping to continue that momentum here. Their offensive line was not broken in that semifinal, which is a great stat for them as they build into this one.
But you have to take in Bono was the key factor there. Seems like he'll be off for a couple points. We'll see how they adapt to it.
He's standing on the sideline now. We have not seen their offense come on the field yet after he walked over across the sideline after being treated. So we'll see. Cote still out there churning yards for this NSOM side.
This is the second break opportunity in 2 points for NSOM. They're close to the end zone now.
Cote going with the backhand down the line to Christian Gauthier. 3rd straight point for Montreal.
Back-to-back breaks for NSOM. Like they said, they're going to play this defense really quickly. Try to catch Still's O-line with their while they're down. Is there a timeout taken?
Looks like there is a timeout taken by Still. They're trying to settle things down. We're going to take a break as well and be right back. Coming off the timeout, NSOM doubling up Still. Still coming in as the favorites. They had won last year in a very competitive field, coming off a strong showing at Worlds as well. But right now, they are down 3. Theo on here with Wilson Pan. What has happened so far to get Still to this point where they're down 3 points?
Well, still a couple miscues, right? It's just throwing errors. One on the swing here to BU. The other one a deep shot that just dropped a little too quickly. NSOM, however, should be credited with their effort to be able to punch it in on Still. But here we see Still back out on offense again. Will they go back to the tiki-taka, or is it a one shot to heaven? BU here under.
Yeah, so maybe they've already answered your question because they're going with starting with the play to get the underneath started. Loach now coming out of the backfield, and he's going to look for you. Ojo's also there. And Ojo and you almost collide. I don't think there's going to be a foul call because I think it's the two players that brought themselves into that space, Wilson.
A coming together, I think, after the fact. BU had already dropped the disc, no extra play, and then any contact afterwards is incidental and with no malicious intent. It's just an accidental coming together.
Christian Gote, who just caught the break score for NSOM, is going to come off, and Danny Cote, who, I'm going to sound like a broken record, just threw the assist for that break score. He's coming on. He's been a key cog on O. You get him up on that D-line offense, and you can really jumpstart things.
For sure. But on the shot deep there, I saw Remy Ojo kind of slowing his approach down to maybe even box out Michael Morris, but we'll see the NSOM D-line here trying to convert the third break in a row.
Simone Barrett, Bilodeau, SBB, now finding Phi. Phi's throw might have been touched by Ring. Can Pham get there? He cannot.
Great tip on the mark by Ring.
Ring going around to Loach. Julien Portois has not really touched the disc, and he's a key figure for their offense. Philip Corriveau-Peltier now getting it over to BU. Thomas Black now. Black flipping out this backhand, and Ojo is there. Remy
Way
Ojo.
to recover by Still after giving up that. Not giving up, but just an unfortunate drop in the end zone. But a great defensive pressure by Bryce Ring on the mark to tip the huck, leading to a turnover, and Still is able to punch it in. A dirty hold. Score is now 6-4.
Speaking of holds, NSOM going to have to do it once again without the presence of number 22. He's still on the sideline.
He might, it's not looking too good, at least for the first half. But nevertheless, NSOM's doing what they're supposed to do. Punch in opportunities, get some holds. We'll see how they do the latter. Fixing laces and knee braces before the point starts for Kishi.
Hey, it's masters out here. We got knee braces. We got everything you need to get back on the field.
We got sleeves, compressions. We saw.
I can say that, folks, because I'm a Masters player myself, so I can say that. Wilson, you can't.
I didn't say anything. I was just pointing it out.
You have a long ways away before getting to this division, my friend.
Oh, don't worry. I'm getting there soon.
TGB now. Resets it.
MGM.
MGM, we're going to coin these names. If you got the three names, we're going to do it. Cote, Grignon coming under, working against Benvenuti.
Benvenuti on the mark.
Cote. Pignard, power position. Had Grignon, but... And that throw is taken away by Kishi. Kishi with the block, flying through. The former player of Toronto Union making the play.
Flexing his TC Masters hat on us.
Certainly
Kishi.
is. He's got the speed. Evades the bidding defender of Jean-Philippe Riopel. Kishi now. He's got the throws, but he's going to go around to Behrens, and Behrens drops it. He had a chance on the end zone play earlier, and Kishi's frustrated right now. He claps his hands in that frustration as Riopel coming off, and I'm ready for this. Who's coming on right now?
Oh, my goodness. The return of Bono.
Bono is back on the field.
Chucks deep right away as TBT.
And Cote can't bring in that one. Benvenuti going to swat it down for good measure. So 2 turnovers for this NSOM O-line. They do have 3 clean holds to their name.
This is bad news for Bono. Might not be in the best position to play defense right now on Kishi.
Yeah, Kishi's got some speed right now. Looking for Stepien. That throw too far, and MGM screaming to his sideline because of that defensive pressure that he was providing.
Hyping up the sideline. We love to see it. The energy has to be there for them to win.
TGB calling the timeout. Wilson, before we go to break here, do you like that timeout call?
I like it. I don't mind it. To settle the offense, get a little break for the people on the line. It's been a long point. We'll see how they go. We'll see how they come out after the timeout. We'll be back soon.
Fresh off an NSOM timeout. They're up 6-4 here in the open final at the 2026 Canadian Ultimate Championships Masters Edition. Theo Wan, Wilson Pan bringing you this great game, and it's been 2 breaks being the difference right now for NSOM. Cote,
Might add a third right now.
they're hoping to. This is an offensive point for them right now as Bonneau taps the disc back in off the travel call. TGB going up large. Has Grignon going deep. Can 34 get there?
Of course
yes,
he can.
He can.
Was there any doubt? Was there any doubt? Third break for NSOM. They're 1 point within the
A hold.
A hold. Oh, it's a hold.
Yes, it's a hold for their offensive line.
I apologize. It is a hold. But Grignon, ever so reliable in the end zone.
You know Grignon's out on that offensive line making plays, Wilson.
For sure.
And Bonneau now back out there. Uh-oh.
You don't want it. It's trouble. Well, still got off to a fast start. Time to get back into rhythm. See themselves back into this game.
And for a still team, you won a lot of your games handily, right? That is the story of this tournament. Look at the score lines. 15-7, 5, 9, 6, 6, and then 15-6 in the semis.
Single digits.
They have not let up double digits yet. So how as a team do you respond when you're punched in the mouth like this for the first time in the tournament?
I mean, you got to go back to your fundamentals. See your main options, right? Get them in the groove. Give as many opportunities to your D-line as possible. Pole goes out of bounds. Oh, it landed in, but out of bounds.
Jim Robinson, the observer, setting that one down. Right, and kicking out the pylon.
Don't need that.
Yeah, doesn't need it. Around to Harrison. Want to see Harrison get a little more involved here, number 13. We know he's got the throws. Ojo going to ground to make the grab.
Better safe than sorry.
2 former GO teammates linking up there. Now it's Corville Peltier. Tipped. Can Loach get there? And he tried to make a play, but he was already going to be out of bounds. You can see how NSOM look at a quick break offense right now. Charette, who had come off an injury, great to see him back here, Wilson.
For sure, for sure. Maybe he took the injury just to rest himself. Now back with the swing.
Charette now faking the backhand, going up against another Quebecer and Julien Portois.
Barb really open there. I was saying, how did he get that open? But, of course, it was a pick.
Charette faking the lefty backhand. Looking for something right now. And it's Barb coming out of the stack. Jacques Barbe. Five going up the line. Loach can't get there. Charette very open now, and NSOM a threat to take half here.
Great roll there. Another roll, but
A blown coverage leads to the goal for Pat Pham. Barbe on the assist, and NSOM has doubled up still here at half.
yeah, what happened there was I think one of the still checks were beaten, so they gave a quick switch, as we call rolls, but that opened up the flick to Pham for the hold. Was it a break? It was a break.
It was
I
a break,
apologize.
Wilson.
Broke for half.
So now, before we go to break here, adjustments still needs to make before we go to break.
I mean, gotta lock it in. The execution, couple throwaways. NSOM has been flawless. I mean, near flawless on break opportunities. So they know still, they know that they cannot give the disc away. They gotta value possession.
And hopefully we're going to see that here in the second half. We're going to take a break. Be back in a couple of minutes. Halftime is over here in the open final at the 2026 CUC Masters from Brampton, Ontario. Alongside Wilson Pan, I'm Theo Wan. Still the tournament favorites, undefeated up until this point. Haven't given up double digits yet in a game. And they are currently down 8-4. What a scoreline we have. And before we continue, we want to thank our sponsors, Be Ultimate, Discraft, Experience Brampton. Discover everything the city has to offer at experiencebrampton.ca, your one-stop online resource for the best in arts, culture, entertainment, dining. We're going to throw sports in there, shopping, and local experiences. Make the most of your time in this vibrant and diverse city and start planning your Brampton experience. Not tomorrow, but today.
Not tomorrow, but today. Also, a big shout-out to our volunteers giving you live score updates all over the complex. Last time we checked, in the mixed division, 6-7 for both games. Big Cats and Kitten, Golden Age up 1, FY Ultimate down 1 to Cranky 6-7.
And
but here we have still.
And those are the teams that are the top seeds heading in Big Cat and the Kittens and FY Ultimate.
We love it.
Back into the action here on the pitch. Loach looking for Portois. He will get up, going up against Pham. In the hands of Ring now as they're at the opposing brick mark. Harrison working against Morris. Morris quite off the mark there. That's going to allow Harrison to throw the backhand. And Phi just gave up because he knew Ring had the steps. Harrison throwing the around.
This is exactly what we wanted for Still, right? We talked about it just before the break. We needed them to cherish the possession, and they did that just right. Walked it up, the full 70. Scored with a beautiful around backhand break. What more can you ask for? Still making the adjustments. Let's see if NSOM can keep the fire going. Bono back out there with his gloves on, ready to shred the Still defense.
That's his hope right now. He's hoping to continue some of the magic of the first half. And you talk about first halves having a strong one. That's Alex Grignon. 4 goals to his tally right now. What a strong showing from him so far. Been a very steady receiver. Puts him at 17 goals in the tournament. And so you have to have a defender back him a little bit. Make him come under. Make him throw. Make him a thrower.
For sure. Honestly, when he gets the under, as a defense, you've won. You've done your job, right? That's what you wanted. You don't want him running past you, scoring one against you.
Split stack with Grignon on the left side of the field.
Sorry.
Bono's going to hold on to it, resetting it to MGM. TBG getting clipped by Barons on the under.
Unfortunate. Maybe got tripped up a little bit there. Gautier Baudouin. But hope everyone's okay. Rotating his ankles a little bit, Gautier Baudouin, but stays in the game.
Christopher Witt, the closest observer there. We got Jim Robinson, Sandra Hansen, as well as Chazzy, he's known as the other observer in this game. Cote gets it past the bidding or attempt of Neil there. Neil trying to play some strong defense, but Cote up to the task.
Hey, call. Bono did not realize, but luckily he still has the disc. Seems like they are forcing a backhand still. That might have been a tactical.
Well, they've thrown a lot of that like back shoulder blade to Grignon a couple times now, and I think they've decided we need to maybe adjust that a little bit.
That's true. Riopel comes on as an injury sub. Sorry, Charette.
Looking deep. Big block there from Barons, but a foul will be called.
Theo, I'm not so sure.
Okay,
I'm
let's
not
hear
so
Wilson's
sure.
opinion.
For me, 2 people just went to it at the same space, and maybe Gautier Baudouin thought I might have gotten pushed. That's why I couldn't rope in the disc. But the Still defender says, nah, we got there at the same time. I got the hand to the disc. You didn't. I will say, in a technical perspective, for defense, it doesn't hurt to go to the observer.
Yes, I think these players know observer system, but for younger players out there, defense, you really don't have much to lose if you do really genuinely believe in your call.
Exactly.
You should go to the observer.
Exactly. Seems like the foul is upheld.
Okay, so Gauthier Baudouin's going to keep it for NSOM. Walking slowly to the line as he waits for his stack to set here.
Kishi a little off Bono right now. Doesn't matter.
It's an easy open side cut for Cote. Just bursting to the open side. Gauthier Baudouin and Barron still having some discussion there, Wilson, after the point.
For sure. It's hopefully all in good spirit. Like many of them said to us, they have kids, they have family back home. This is not to fight.
They're here to enjoy their time.
Exactly.
For sure.
Exactly. BU the first out on the line, ready hopefully to catch some pucks. Sunglasses on. Ojo on as well. Loach.
Yeah, the usuals. Portois, he is someone that has been a big-time goal scorer with them. Had 11 coming into this game. Has played for Manic and Mephisto. I haven't really seen him get as much involved, and I want to see that a little bit more here as we got some more score updates. Wow, these mixed semis, unfortunately not on stream, but both 7-7. Wow, Wilson.
That is, now you know the mixed finals will be fireworks.
It's going to be heat. It's going to be heat.
Oh, yes.
Because everyone thought Big Cat and Kittens, hey, they got a strong team. They have some players that were at Worlds like Cam Harris, not here, Jackie Mann as well. And Golden Age, they had to come out from the bottom. They dropped a pool play game to Forever Young. We saw that game here on this field. Wasn't streamed, unfortunately, but it was a universe point win for Forever Young. So certainly, like you said, the mixed final going to be great as well. We got Torp and Vintage. Women's final, you'll be on the call for that, Wilson. That'll be a good one, too. Harrison looking deep for Ojo. Ojo with the grab, turning back the clock, as we say. And he's going to 7-cut.
It was all Ojo there.
That's all Ojo right now.
Chippy sideline, but back to Ojo. Let's put a spotlight on him. Yeah. Great management of the body position. He realized that he had a smaller defender behind him, able to play his position well, grabbed it, dished it to his handler. Fantastic 7 to get break free for the hold.
Back in his heyday on GOAT, he was known as the Black Dragon, and he gave me permission before the game to reference him as the Gray Dragon.
Hey.
Now that he's in Masters, he said, you can call me the Gray Dragon. So the Gray Dragon getting 2 goals so far, and you like to see that as well. Caught it, immediately 7-cut.
I love it. I love to. I want to give a little shout out to Ojo right there. Back in 2019, they had and for Ontario Regionals, they sent a 9-man roster the first day. Slapped every team at regionals and proceeded to come out of Ontario Regionals as the first seed. Legendary
performance is what
for sure. Legendary performance. But back to this game. Legends on the other side. Bono, Grignon looking for another spicy connection.
And I'm going to have to say this. This is going to hurt Wilson as he plays for this team. But NSOM does have a win over GT, finishing 8th at Jazz Fest. So this team's been battle-tested as well, Wilson.
For sure. I remember them very vividly. Maybe that's why I feel a little inclination to cheer for them.
Hey, they've been showing off a strong showing right now, and they're at threat to be the first team to go double digits on Still in this tournament.
Need some magic here from Still.
And this NSOM team, they took on 2 teams that have also been at Nationals in Quake and Manic. As this throw's going to go up, Cote gets it on the ricochet. Everything bouncing NSOM's way so far in this game. Pignard.
Those, like you said, those flick blades to the back shoulder have worked for them.
And they
Wonders.
had the backhand force last point, but they switch it to flick now. But no.
Kishi active on the mark.
Very active mark. MGM now. Someone else needs to come out of the stack right now as the stall count continues to climb. Pignard.
Back to their half.
Pignard looks off his reset. TBG now. MGM.
TGB.
And he's been doing a great job as Gauthier Baudouin. Yards all over the place for this NSOM side. He's one of the returners from last year's NSOM Elite team. But no, nice little scoop cut.
Trust in that throw.
Cote.
Kishi.
It's Cote going up the line, but it's denied there. And then an injury sub. Dan Benvenuti.
Discussion from Chinyara. pointing back, maybe saying there was a foul back, maybe
Okay,
something.
that's what I'm seeing too. Two observers going to talk, Chazzy and Jim Robinson.
Two observers on the other side, sensing that they have perspective on it. But they're going to look for the main suspect.
I think that might be the hand signal for the play a stop. But,
Oh,
but
I apologize. I apologize.
I am not fully versed in all the observer lingo, so.
Observers, hand signals are interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's many hand signals that I'm not quite well versed in.
We need to be more well versed in it as a community in general because it does help move the things along. So we got some homework to do, Wilson.
For sure. A little chat from Bono. Talking to maybe Kote, should the disc come back? This is where I'm going to go. Make sure to see me here. Kishi. Yep.
I will say this. Apologies for cutting you off there, Wilson.
Nope.
Score 9-6 right now. This is an important juncture of the game. Certainly, if Still can get a break chance.
For sure. To go 10-6 or 9-7 is a big difference between 10-6 and 9-7. Seems like they have resolved. The disc goes back to Kote.
Not the resolution Still wants here, Wilson, with the scoreline the way it is.
For
Kote.
sure.
Look at that throw from Kote to Bono. You can't stop that. How do you stop that throw, Wilson? I really don't know.
You got to give something up. You can't cover everything, right?
Wow.
If you wanted to cover that throw, you would give up the upline. So you can't cover it.
Like, how do you stop it? I'm serious.
If you look back on stream, Bono was chatting with Kote. This comes back. Hey, come see me this way. See me this way. Maybe that's what happened. Still, the Gray Dragon, as you call Remy Ojo, back on.
For Bono, he's played for CUC and Team France. So he is someone that brings a lot of experience. We saw Ring talking with Hallett. Looks like Ring going to go on the field. John Hallett, one of the captains of this team, unfortunately not able to suit up. He's going to be wearing the white Still jersey in support of his team, of course, but not able to suit up due to injury, which is tough.
Ring was talking to Hallett, and I think he was talking to the observers too. Maybe not quite happy with how the resolutions went to going against Still in this end zone. Maybe not happy, giving him peace of his mind. Game is about to wind down, 5 points away for NSOM.
And a milestone has been reached in this tournament, the first squad to put up double digits against this Ottawa side. And it's hard to call them an Ottawa group, Wilson, when they have so many out-of-towners, right?
Yes. Historically, they have more Ottawa players,
Phoenix, yep.
But now this year, I believe, Toronto has taken the majority.
Yeah, there's a lot of people from South Ottawa.
Ontario.
Yeah, from Ontario, but and some Quebec too, right? They do have a couple Quebec players, Corville, Peltier, Portois as well.
Is Boucher one of them?
Corey Boucher is an Ottawa player.
Ottawa player.
So, I know, the last name deceived you there. Ojo looking for Portois. That flick a little too far. And now you really got to ratchet up your defense. If you go down 5, that's going to be real tough to get back from.
Might be doors, as you call it.
Might be doors, yeah. Might put a wrap on this one, perhaps.
Wind is picking up, though.
Jean-Philippe Amel finds Phi. Phi thought about the big huck.
Backhand force, but Bono is not on. Bono's usually the beneficiary of the flick mark, but backhand force regardless of switch downfield from BU.
Charette, that throw was going to be tough to complete from Barrett Bilodeau.
A little equipment
Corville
time.
Peltier tying the shoes. Technically not a call. I know some people will say laces, but that equipment, is not a call.
It is not a call. It is not a call.
It's just a favor if you do stop. Harrison.
I will say it's a little disconnected between the cutters and the handlers again. Cherishing the disc is what Still needs to do right now.
Loach has you going deep.
Decides against it. This is what I like to see. Disc possession, disc retention. Remy Ojo very open on the far side. Sorry.
Ring doesn't like his options. Flicks it over to Harrison. The flow hasn't looked the same right now for Still. Everything a little choppy, a little stop and go. Ring now, power position 5, slow to get on the mark. We'll continue around to Ojo. Ojo has you. Thought about the backhand.
Again, disc retention. We like to see it.
Goes down the line for Ring. Ring into Corvo Peltier. And that will do for Still. They get the hold, much needed.
A little dirty, but they'll take it.
Yeah, at this point, yeah, they'll take it.
Now it's time for Still to turn up the pressure on defense. Kishi on Bono, I believe.
He's been drawing that matchup all game. He's done a great job, but at some point, the offense just has the advantage in ultimate.
For sure, for sure. There's been games played where the game is decided by the first flip of the match. Whoever goes on offense first wins the game.
That does happen. Hasn't been this case because NSOM has a few breaks now, 2 total. We hear, do you believe love after love coming down on the speakers, but NSOM is saying to themselves, do we believe we can win a championship? We came second in 2024 and 5th last year, missing on Worlds. That was a real pain point for some of them, and I'm sure that has really eaten away at them. Orb, maybe perhaps not the one that many predicted to take the bid. They get the bid. They come forth. So certainly NSOM has something to prove here, and they're trying to build into PAUC. This is a qualification year for that, the Pan Americans, and beyond.
For sure. Like you said, a little bit of a bitter taste in their mouth, but definitely sweet revenge just this morning on this field from NSOM, besting Orb with some fireworks because their O-line did not get broken.
Yep. And their O-line has not been broken in this game so far either.
With or without Bono, but Grignon ever so often in the deep space.
Yeah, he's been a little quiet in the second half. I think they've relied on some other players, and they've kind of gone with the short game a little bit. Alte Baudouin evading Benvenuti.
My apologies, Bono is not on.
He is not on the field, you're right. Davison trying to play some defense, but that's what happens when you face guard, Wilson.
Yes, bring it back to yesterday. A little bit on face marking. More on that later, but Kishi now drawing the matchup of Repel.
Real Pell
Repel.
needs something, and he has to just take it away by Kishi. Foul is called. Kishi walking away, taking a breath. I'm going to see if Kishi decides to contest here. Let's take a look at what his hand signals.
I believe he did not contest.
I think he's probably frustrated himself that he bailed out the high stall situation.
For sure.
Big around now. Gauthier Baudouin has Real Pell going deep. Instead, it's a reset to MGM.
A little far off the mark. Sideline saying tighten that.
Some more stop and go here. I think this favors Still a little bit. NSOM's offense has been really flowing this game. I think if you can get them jammed up and there's some pick calls, you call them so you stop some of their momentum.
A little technical, but forcing flick again. When it has worked so well for NSOM before. See how this point plays out.
Looking in the end zone for Grignon. He's there with the right hand. MGM throwing the assist.
Little
5th
cheeky
goal of the game for Grignon, finally getting on the board in the second half.
slap on the disc upwards. Importantly for a little celebration. BU again, first of the line. Ready to get this hold for Still.
As we got a break here, let's get some score updates.
For sure.
From
Let's
the
look
mixed
at
division, because those semifinals were very spicy there, Wilson.
Spicy indeed. Let's look at the mixed division. But while we have the results loaded for you, I love the energy NSOM's playing right now. The energy is almost infectious, right? When you make a big play, you hype up your sideline. They make a big plays too. The energy just bounces back and forth between the team. To give you the update, Big Cat and the Kittens up 10-8 on Golden Age. FY Ultimate and Cranky still locked in a tie, 8-8.
Oh, man. So we got some great ones for you. What's at stake here? Still, of course, they won in last year, 2022 and 2021. NSOM coming in second in 2024 and 2021, respectively. And they last won a title all the way back in 2017 in Ottawa.
Loach blew a little tire trying to stop the disc. But yeah, 2 more people behind him, so he's good.
Ring finds Harrison. Up the line for Ring. Ring has Ojo, looks him off, and sent it under to Courtois. Morris was hunting for the mid. You know he wanted to leave his feet.
Eyes lit up
Yeah,
a
I
little bit
saw it.
there.
Harrison looking for Loach, and it's a clean hold for Still.
Clean hold.
They need breaks. That's what they need.
Clean hold, but that throw was through traffic. Had there been an up call, perhaps, a hand might have reached up from NSOM. That would have been not the case as a clean hold, but still, we'll take it. A clean hold right here. 11-8, NSOM.
If you want offense, 6 of the 7 goals in the second half have been clean holds. So 6 of the 7. I'm not going to try to do the brain rot stuff out here, Wilson, but certainly a lot of clean holds here.
A lot of clean holds for sure. That just means that, you know, Still has retained the disc a little better in the second half because NSOM was punishing their execution mistakes from the first half. Will that be the difference in this game? Or will Still be able to come back with a fiery defense in the second half? We'll see.
They just need to generate a little bit more pressure right now. I just don't see enough pressure. They've had NSOM has had 3 clean holds. They've had 3 chances. So they just need to generate a little bit more pressure on what NSOM wants to do. Does Still.
Has Still broken yet? No, not yet, right?
No, that is correct. They have not broken. It's 2 breaks has been the decider right now. And they're doing so without Bonneau still on the field for NSOM.
A little talk about maybe a travel call. BU crossing over from O-line.
Yeah, his presence, but is
Another
Black trying to get
call.
the block on Rio Pell. And Black not happy with it. He's going to have discussions with Rio Pell here. And like you mentioned, you normally plays on the pod going left to right. So the fact that he's up here going right to left shows me that they are trying to slowly power line and get things back.
For sure, for sure. You got to tack on the pressure at some point. You can't tack it on when there's game point. You got to tack it on now. Things are heating up. Calls are happening. We would love a spirited conversation, but as the tensions rise, it's only going to get more and more intense.
Yeah, I would say that the tensions are rising, but the spirit has been pretty good. There hasn't been like chippiness in terms of ticky-tack calls. You know, games can get into ticky-tack travels or foul calls, etc. We haven't really seen that in this game.
No one's using the calls to their advantage right now.
So that's what we don't want to see.
But the call,
going towards Still now, as Still has the disc. Black around to Dunbar, and that's the break for Still. That's what they needed.
That's the first break they've given up today for NSOM. Will that be the weakness in the armor that falters NSOM? Still looking to tack on. What you got for me?
Well, I'm looking to see if they're going to call a timeout. They do just that. NSOM calling the timeout. I might have liked to see them maybe ride out another offensive point, but they're going to call the timeout. Wilson, let's do the same. We'll be right back. Still is definitely ratcheting up the pressure right now. A lot of crossovers from a line that we usually see going right to left. Kishi, Neal out there on the field. Benvenuti as well. Black playing multiple points in a row, so certainly Still knowing this is an important point. They just broke. NSOM called the timeout. It's going to be an exciting conclusion to this open final here in the Masters. CUC, Theo Wan, Wilson, Pan, Wilson. Fireworks. That's what we gotta
Fireworks.
say.
This right here, on the mark right here. The matchup to die for. Although Bono has had the upper hand.
Yeah, it's tough for Kishi. It's a tough matchup. And Neil coming through for the block. No call. Kishi now. Benvenuti. Davidson.
Bono, fantastic on offense, but
Yeah, he's feeling it a little bit as Kishi throws the assist to Benvenuti and still really ratcheting up the pressure right now. Third straight point.
back-to-back breaks for a team that hasn't gotten broken all day today. Like I said, have they hit in the soft spot, the weak spot, that will crumble this NSOM team? Like I said, back to my thought, Bono, fantastic on offense, prolific handler.
But you
on
can
defense.
see a little bit, he's struggled a little bit. He's had that injury earlier. He's come back on the field. So, yes, he can get open on those handler cuts. What can he do now defensively is the question.
His efficiency lies with offense, but on defense, could it be a liability issue?
Black is playing his third straight point for Still. They're really tightening the group now. Kishi back out on the field as well. Benvenuti. Davidson playing another point in a row.
The Great Dragon as well,
The
I
Great
believe.
Dragon, Remy
crossing
Ojo
over.
out there, yep.
BU, although taking a rest, he's played a couple points in a row, maybe saving himself for offense. Bono back on the field.
It's a third straight point for this O-line here, Wilson.
For sure. Grignon, been a little quiet.
Yeah,
Have
he
they
did-
been able to shut him down?
They did have the goal, but he's kind of hovering more in the deep space, or had. That's where, of course, that's where he's scoring. But I want to see maybe trying to work a little bit in the unders and try to stretch the defense because they're respecting his deep cuts so much.
Interesting take. We'll see how Bono and some take on this. Still defense.
Rio Pell. Phi has joined this offensive line right now. Cote, no one behind him. Bono, power position. Thought about the huck.
I want to say the spacing, maybe. The last point, because the cutters were so close together, the post block came from a nearby cutter, but now they're very spaced out.
Amel not even looking downfield, resetting to Phi. Bono. Midfield. Little throw and go. Cote now. Amel. Resets it to Cote as they go past the opposing brick mark.
Gotta stay
in the
tight
red
here.
zone.
Gotta stay tight here if you're still.
Yeah, tensions are high. Bono gets the around from Cote.
They're
Fakes
forcing
the
back in.
hammer. Going with the bendy flick to Cote, and they settle things down. Bono to who else but Danny Cote.
And some ends the run from Still, but they are only 2 away, if 3 away. They were forcing backhand, but like I said, the tactical adjustment that NSOM made on offense, spacing out the cutters, making sure there's no chances for a poach block, because if you're going to poach, Bono will punish you with any throw in his arsenal.
There is some discussion. I can see Ring and Hallett. They're trying to figure out what the line's going to be. And for a team, NSOM doesn't have a coach either, but they got to figure out who's going to be on the field because time is going to run out with the observers.
For sure, with the observers, there is a time to.
And they're going to call a
start the
timeout. I think because of the delay there, they are going to call a timeout. Let's keep it here because this game has been exciting. We'll keep it here right now.
Keep a little more analysis.
More analysis. Before we go analysis, let's get some more score updates. Maybe even
For sure.
Wilson, you're going to give us the mixed score updates, and I'll update the bronze medal game. So we got two different things we're doing. So you go mixed first.
I got mixed for you. Loading right now. But for the open side, obviously, NSOM up to still hasn't updated yet, but it's 13-10. Quack up to 11-9.
12-10. It's 12-10.
12-10.
Yeah,
okay,
3
so they
points
are
away.
within 2. Quack up 2 on Orb again as well.
And Orb had
11-9.
beaten Quack earlier, so Orb is, they might lose to another team.
Orb might have made a few too many enemies, and now they're getting the get back.
And then in mixed,
Big Cats and the Kitten up 2 still on Golden Age. 11-9 in that game. FY Ultimate breaking maybe twice in a row, maybe 3 on Cranky. 11-8. pulling away as FY Ultimate from BC.
Yeah, those would be the 1 and 2 seeds, and perhaps we saw Golden Age given a fight. They still will continue to battle here, but Big Cat just got a score, so now it's 12-9.
12-9. My goodness.
That timeout allows some of those players like Brian Yu and Remy Ojo and Thomas Black to get a rest and be back out on the field. I know they had the pod system before, but certainly now the going gets tough. You're going to scrap all that. You're going power lines the rest of the way here, Wilson.
For sure. Tighten up the lines. You gotta lock it in here. A little different story between Mixed and here. Between Mixed, it's very tight until pulling away in the later half. But here, in the open division, a little further out in the first half, but now still pulling in close.
Yeah, it's coming close now. Black underneath. Working against Charette. Breaks him to go to Loach. Loach has Ojo, but instead it's Corville Peltier. Black has Yu. Big under for Brian Yu. Looking for Corville Peltier, and that's easy offense for Still.
You got to go one at a time. You can't score. You can't win a game with one throw right now. 1 point at a time. BU there, I loved his movements. As soon as he caught it, he looked upfield, scanned for his cutters. He released it early enough where his cutters can run onto it. You're leaving no chance for the defense to catch up. That's what we need from this offense. Now, just 1 point away. 1 point separates these teams in the open final, 12-11.
One timeout each left. So there's a timeout each remaining for both sides. I hesitate to say I don't think they're going to call them right now. I think you're going to wait perhaps for a universe situation to call it. Get all the players you want on the field. Brian Yu back out there once again. Kishi, of course, you know who he's going to draw in the matchup. That's been all game.
Yes, sir.
How do you as a handler defender, you get, as someone, you're a handler, Wilson.
Yep.
As a handler defender, how do you deal with someone like Bonneau? You've been on him all game, and he's gone mostly the better of you.
Well, like you said, offense has the upper hand. You can't shut him down completely. You got to give him something. So you let him beat you the way that maybe he doesn't like, right? Maybe in a disadvantage when he takes the disc. But we'll see what Kishi draws up. We love the backhand force.
Yeah, I think this is to Still's advantage here. Power position, soft cap, horn has gone. We'll let you know what the score is going to be after this point.
Max will be 14 regardless, I believe.
Well, if Still gets the score, it'd be a game to 13.
13. It's either 14 or 13.
Yeah, so we'll let you know after this point concludes. But no, working with Cote. Cote, leading scorer. Cote Baudouin. But no, that one is flubbed.
That could prove consequential here in this game.
Absolutely could be consequential as Portois looking for Barnes. This break chance to tie the game. Would send it to Universe by our calculations. Looking for Portois. Too far.
This might also be the play of the game right here. Unable to punch it in. Will NSOM be able to go the full 70 to go 2 above? Still.
Cote.
Kishi, eye on the disc, eye on his check.
Grignon working against Benvenuti. That matchup's been happening all game.
Sideline calling for Kishi as Bono comes back. Did not get the disc, but still in the space.
Pignard. Cote Baudouin. Low throw, but Riopel is there. No one cutting deep right now for NSOM until Grignon. Take it off. Benvenuti is there.
Maybe a bit of underthrow from the thrower. Able to poach for the block. BU running circles. Kishi obviously free. I think Still has got to run through Kishi here.
Looks like there's potentially a foul call as well. There's a stoppage for sure happening. Looks like the throw might have been down as well.
They got to run through Kishi. I think it is a tactical. I'm not sure if it's tactical. Maybe it is an injury, but Bono takes an injury. Charette comes on for. Not Charette comes on. Sorry. Yeah, Charette does. Charette does. Sorry. Maybe a defensive assignment
Smart. I think smart. Even if NSOM gets a disc back, I think this is a smart play. You've seen Beno. He's struggled against that Kishi matchup on defense.
Beautiful
Courtois.
round.
Neil, unmarked. He has you going deep.
I like to see the still work the disc side to side. Open up different angles of attack, but that just unfortunate turnover.
Pop to Charette. Charette came on for Beno. Gauthier Baudouin has Cote unmarked. Cote being smart. Good mark from Black.
I'm not a big fan of switching here. You got to stay tight to your person.
MGM barking out assignments here. Cote goes around. Finds Rio Pell for a big hold for NSOM. We have a game to 14 now.
Like we said, soft cap means you have to score to win. Now, for still, like you said, power line from here on out, right?
Yeah, hard cap will go on at 11:45. And so there is a hard cap in this game, but NSOM, if they can score the last point, would win it, or the 14th point. So let's see how they respond here, what line they put out.
BU looking like he's going to come on for one more point.
He's played a lot of points in this game, Wilson.
Could this be his last, or could they extend it further?
That's going to be the question right now. NSOM drawing up a standard defensive line, grouping Phi has been important. He's going to pull for them. Charette, he came on for the injury sub. He'll be back out on the field as well.
Looking at the body language here, still definitely a little bit more tired. Remy crouching over holding his knees. BU a little slow to get on the line. Maybe he just played the point. I think this Quebec side.
Well, they're from Montreal.
They're from Montreal, okay, maybe.
Remember what they stand for, right, Wilson?
Nah, I guess, I suppose. But they look like they're full of energy here. Michael Morris, ready, hunting for D.
Yeah, he's going up against Loach. He thought about
Decided
it
against it.
Corville Peltier. Amel's really poaching off Ojo. Ojo's going to have to come underneath. Great grab to keep things alive for Ring. Black now, playing another point in a row. Morris with the layout block. Is there going to be a call? There's going to be some discussion. It's going to be a monumental call. Unfortunately, the players are not mic'd up, so we're going to talk over their discussion here. Jim Robinson, the closest observer. If I'm Morris, I go to the observer here, Wilson.
Of course. Seems like the observer says there's not enough to be a foul call. There might have been contact, but the contact did not have enough force or enough effect for it to solicit as a foul call.
Fine now.
This is to close out the game. A foul call maybe stops the play.
Charette's throw high up, looking for Pham. Pham elevates over
the line.
Harrison. Big block from Black, but it's caught. Still alive from Gauthier. Amel needs something.
A lot of yelling on the sideline not to urge the team on.
Phi finds Pham, and for the first time since 2017, Montreal NSOM winning the Masters Open Division.
Wow. Pandemonium for this Montreal side. Still should hold their head up. They are second place in this Masters division, and it was not easy to come by. Oh, the little kids running on to celebrate with the players.
French music coming down the speakers from our DJ Cat for Town. We want to thank her. Makush Malaman, our producer. Jared, Nathan on the camera. Wilson commentating. We want to thank our volunteers, the observers as well. What a final game there. And NSOM takes it. Let's talk players of the game, Wilson. I know that's your favorite thing to do. So we'll get you to go with NSOM, player of the game.
NSOM, I got to go with the man, the myth himself. Gauthier Baudouin.
Okay, you're going to go with number 32. I thought you might go Grignon.
Grignon, I love him. I think I gave him a shout out last time. You know what? I will go with Grignon. I will go with Grignon. No. I remember giving it out to Gauthier Baudouin. Cannot go with the same person. Grignon, ever so reliable in the end zone. Caught everything that came his way. Hands are like magnets. We love him. We love to see him. What about you?
For me, I think it's Brian Yu. He played a lot of points. He was
Great
working
shot.
hard in the underspace and, of course, the deep space catching goals. And so we want to give it up for Brian Yu as well.
We love him.
Final
We love him
thoughts as this music rains down, meaning the Montreal side has won. What do you got for us, Wilson?
I mean, that just goes to show you, in the highest level, even in the Masters division, disc retention, possession just means so much. So much.
Anything can happen because Still was undefeated up until this moment. Didn't give up double digits up until that point. And NSOM came strong.
NSOM didn't get broken all day. Got broken twice, maybe 3 times.
And they bounced back as well. They took a 6-3 lead. And, hey, Still had chances to push it back. But NSOM takes it. We got more action for you. More Ontario, Quebec battle. Vintage and women's taking on Twarp out of Ontario. So that stream will be coming at you. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you for the women's final.
Thank you, guys. See you in a bit. Take care.
Big.
In or out, it's your call.
There's no ref here.
That's on us.
Decisions like these are about trust,
That's spirit.
not a slogan.
But to be fair,
Even when the game is on the line.
It's not easy.
sometimes it gets intense.
Because Spirit keeps the game bigger than the point.
Bigger than the call, bigger than me,
It's how I know I can go all out.
and trust my opponent will too.
It's not just rules, it's respect.
Because when you respect the call,
You respect the player.
It's every decision you make.
every conversation, every point,
It's the reason I compete at my best.
And when I have to make the call,
in or out,
I'll call it honestly.
because Spirit is the standard.
And we don't play below it.